Hi everyone, welcome to Miss Adams Teaches English Language. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to tackle whole text structure when answering language and structure analysis questions for longer extracts. I'm going to give you 3 really easy questions to focus on and 3 example sentence starters to get you going. Let's get started.
Okay, so when you get a language and structure question where you've got an entire extract to work through, there are 3 really important questions you can ask yourself to actually help guide your annotations and understanding of the extract, but it can also guide your answer and give you a little plan for making sure you hit everything you need to hit. So I'm going to give you these 3 questions now. As you're working your way through the extract, think to yourself, how does it open? Where does it change? How does it end? Now, if, for example, you're taking the Edexcel Home Board English Language GCSE, you know that you've got 15 marks worth for a language and structure question on paper 2. 15 marks means 15 minutes. So 3 paragraphs is probably fair. If you can get 4 paragraphs, absolute golden. But really what you can do is you can think, right, I'm going to prepare a paragraph about how it opens, maybe 2 for where it changes, so 2 little shifts through the extract, and then a final paragraph on how it ends. So these 3 questions are what you ask yourself as you're reading it through those first couple of times, jotting down your notes, and it's going to be the way that you think through how you respond. But it's not, there's one final question you also need to consider in relation to all of these. So how does it open, where does it change, how does it end, and why? Yeah, so why is the writer opening? Why is the writer changing it there? Why is the writer ending it that way? Now for Edexcel, that big question 3 is always, without fail, about how language and structure is used to engage the reader. So you're constantly thinking to yourself, okay, why is he opening it in that way in order to engage the reader? Now I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on how to start your topic sentences to ensure you're tackling whole text structure, because this is the trick. If your topic sentence leads with whole text structure and then you pop in your quote and then you analyze that quote, hopefully dealing with language and structure, sentence level structure, you're going to be hitting all of the requirements for that assessment objective AO2, which is what we want. So, for example, if you're thinking, well, how does the text open? I'm imagining something in my brain. This is a made-up text. Here is a sentence starter. The article opens with direct address immediately engaging the reader. So the very fact that I've referenced the opening means I'm dealing with whole text structure. I've said that it's engaging, and I've said it's because it's direct address. Then I'm going to finish my paragraph. I'll pop in my quote, and then I'll analyze what's in that quote. Then I'm going to think, well, hang on, where does it change? There is a shift in tone in the 3rd paragraph as the writer engaged the reader with humour. Okay, so I've marked it was serious here. Now we've got a change, whole text structure. And then I'm going to put in my quote, and I'm going to analyse that quote before I move on to how does it end? The writer ends the article by repeating the opening sentence, calling the reader to action. Then I put in my quote, etc., etc. Obviously, I'm imagining a hypothetical article here, but it might be the writer ends the article powerfully by asking the reader a question, or the writer ends the article by looking towards the future or reflecting on the past. It could be anything. But if you think in your brain, I'm going to structure my response with, how does it open? Where does it change? How does it end? Always thinking about the why, you are, without doubt, hitting whole text structure. Now, bearing in mind in the Edexcel exam, if you don't deal with both language and structure in those question 3s, they cap your marks. So by starting with whole text, you've already ticked one off. That then means that in the rest of the paragraph, you can look at those language and sentence level structure features, okay, to boost your analysis further. So I'm talking about metaphors, similes, or even just the connotations of particular word choices. I'm talking about repetition. I'm talking about listing. I'm talking about sentence structure, all of that kind of bread and butter. If you're interested in a little bit more help there, do have a little look at my video on combining language and structure analysis, which should help you there. That's it from me. I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions about whole text structure or any aspects of your English language GCSE, do just drop me a note in the comments and I will get back to you. Thanks again. Happy revising.